Hello everyone, this is Mamta J, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. This video lecture is about shift operator, results and problems. It comes under BSc 5th semester Mathematics paper, Skill Enhanced Course Math 02 Numerical Analysis, session number 18 and prescribed by University of Mysore. In this session, we are going to study about shift operator, its definition, properties, relation between shift operator E, forward difference operator delta, backward difference operator del and differential operator D. Also, we are going to solve some problems. Now, definition of shift operator. Let y is equal to f of x be a function of x and x plus h, x plus 2h, x plus 3h, etc. be the consecutive values of x. Then the operator E is defined as E f of x is equal to f of x plus h. And this E is called shift operator. It is also called displacement operator. Here observe that if we apply E on f of x, then x is replaced by x plus h. That is, if we operate E on f of x, then f of x shifts to its next value f of x plus h. So, E is called shift operator or displacement operator. Now, let us see the value of E square f of x. E square f of x can be written as E of E f of x, and we know that by definition E f of x is f of x plus h, so it is equal to E of f of x plus h. We know that if we operate E on the function f, then x is replaced by x plus h, so it is equal to f of x plus h, that is f of x plus 2h. Similarly, E cube f of x is given by E of E square f of x. E square f of x is f of x plus 2h. So, it is equal to E of f of x plus 2h and it is equal to f of x plus h plus 2h, that is f of x plus 3h. Similarly, continuing like this, we will get e power n f of x as f of x plus nh and e power minus n f of x as f of x minus nh. Now, let us see some important properties of shift operator E. First one, E of f1 of x plus f2 of x plus f3 of x etc. fn of x is equal to E f1 of x plus E f2 of x plus E f3 of x etc. plus E fn of x. That is, if we apply E on sum of n number of functions, it is same as applying E on each n individual functions and adding all of them. Now, second property, E of C f of x is equal to C E f of x, where C is a constant. Here, observe that here the constant C is multiplied with the function f of x. Then we can take this C outside the operator E. Now, third property, e power m of e power n f of x, it is equal to e power n e power m f of x and equal to e power m plus n f of x, where m and n are positive integers. That is, here we can interchange e power m and e power n, and also we can add the powers of e. Fourth property, e power n of e power minus n f of x is equal to f of x, where n is a positive integer. That is, if we apply both e power n and e power minus n at a time to the function f of x, then the resulting value will be f of x. Now, note alternative notation. E of y naught can be written as y1. Similarly, e square of y naught is y2, e cube of y naught is y3, etc. So, in general, e power n of y naught can be written as yn. And also, e of y1 is y2, e of y2 is y3, etc. So, e square of y1 is e of y1, that is y3, and so on. Now, Let us see the relation between the operators E, delta, del and D. First one, E is equal to 1 plus delta. Now proof. From the definition of delta, we know that delta f of x is equal to f of x plus h minus f of x. We know that f of x plus h is nothing but e f of x. So it is equal to e f of x minus f of x. It can be written as e minus 1 f of x. Thus, we have proved that delta f of x is equal to e minus 1 of f of x. That is, delta is equal to e minus 1. We can write this one as e is equal to 1 plus delta. Now, second one, e delta is equal to delta e. That is, the operators delta and e are commutative. Now, proof. To prove this relation, we have to apply the operation e delta on the function f of x. So, e delta f of x can be written as e of delta f of x is f of x plus h minus f of x. It is equal to e of f of x plus h minus e of f of x. We know that if we operate e on the function f, then x is replaced by x plus h. So, it is equal to f of x plus 2h. And e f of x is f of x plus h. So, it is equal to delta of f of x plus h. We know that f of x plus h is e f of x. So, it is equal to delta e f of x. Thus, we have proved that e delta f of x is equal to delta e f of x. That is, e delta is equal to delta e. Now, third relation, del is equal to 1 minus E inverse. E inverse is equal to 1 minus del, and E is equal to 1 minus del whole inverse. Now, proof. To prove this relation, let us operate del on f of x. So, del f of x is given by f of x minus f of x minus h by definition. So, it is equal to f of x minus f of x minus h is e inverse of f of x. So, it can be written as 1 minus e inverse of f of x. So, we have proved that del f of x is equal to 1 minus e inverse of f of x. That is, del is equal to 1 minus e inverse, which is nothing but the first relation. Now, if we rearrange this, that is, if we shift this e inverse to left hand side and if we shift this del to right hand side, we get e inverse is equal to 1 minus del. If we take the inverse on both the sides, we get e inverse whole inverse is equal to 1 minus del whole inverse. We know that e inverse whole inverse is e. So, e is equal to 1 minus del whole inverse, which is the third relation. Now, fourth one, e is equal to e power ht. Now, to prove this relation, let us operate e on f of x. We know that e f of x is f of x plus h by definition. Now, if we expand this by using Taylor series, it will be f of x plus h f dash of x plus h square by 2 factorial into f double dash of x plus etc. We know that we can write f dash of x as df of x and f double dash of x as d square f of x. So, we get this series. Now, take this f of x as a common factor, then it is equal to 1 plus hd by 1 factorial plus h square d square by 2 factorial plus etc. into f of x. We know that this series is given by e power ht, so it is equal to e power ht f of x. Thus, e f of x is equal to e power ht f of x, or e is equal to e power ht. Now let us solve some problems. First one, prove that E del is equal to del E is equal to delta. Now prove. Now consider E del. It is equal to E of, we know that del is 1 minus E inverse, so it is equal to E of 1 minus E inverse. It is equal to E into 1 is E minus E of E inverse is 1, so it is equal to E minus 1. We know that E minus 1 is delta. Now consider this one as equation number 1. So we have proved that E del is equal to delta. Similarly, consider del E. It is equal to 1 minus E inverse into E. It is equal to E minus 1. And we know that E minus 1 is delta. Now consider this one as equation number 2. That is del E is equal to delta. Now comparing both the equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2, we get E del is equal to del E is equal to delta. Now second one, prove that e power half plus e power minus half into 1 plus delta whole power half is equal to 2 plus delta. Now solution. To prove this relation, first consider the left hand side, that is e power half plus e power minus half into 1 plus delta whole power half. Now we know that 1 plus delta is nothing but e, so it is equal to e power half plus e power minus half into e power half. It is equal to e power half into e power half is e power half plus half, that is e power 1, that is e, and e power minus half into e power half is 1, so it is equal to e plus 1. We know that e is equal to 1 plus delta, so it is equal to 1 plus delta plus 1, which is equal to 2 plus delta. So e power half plus e power minus half into 1 plus delta whole power half is equal to 2 plus delta. Third problem, prove that delta plus del is equal to delta by del minus del by delta. Now solution. We know that delta is e minus 1 and del is 1 minus e inverse. Now to prove the given relation, first consider the right hand side and substitute the value of delta as e minus 1 and del as 1 minus e inverse. Now take the LCM for the denominator and simplify this. Then it will be, the denominator is 1 minus e inverse into e minus 1 and the numerator is e minus 1 whole square minus 1 minus e inverse whole square. Here numerator is of the form x square minus y square. We know that x square minus y square is x plus y into x minus y. So we can factorize the numerator as e minus 1 plus 1 minus e inverse into e minus 1 minus 1 plus e inverse. That is x plus y into x minus y. Here observe that these two terms gets cancelled, so it will give e minus 1 plus 1 minus e inverse. We know that e minus 1 is delta and 1 minus e inverse is del, so it is equal to delta plus del. So we have proved that delta plus del is equal to delta by del minus del by delta. Now fourth problem, prove that delta square by e of x cube is equal to 6xh. Now proof. Now consider the left hand side, delta square by e of x cube. We know that delta square by e can be written as delta square into e inverse. So it is equal to delta square e inverse of x cube. We know that delta is e minus 1, so it is equal to e minus 1 whole square into e inverse x cube. E minus 1 whole square is e square minus 2e plus 1, so it is equal to e square minus 2e plus 1 into e inverse into x cube. Now operate e inverse on e square minus 2e plus 1. So it is equal to e square into e inverse e minus 2e of e inverse minus 2 plus 1 into e inverse of x cube, which is equal to e of x cube minus 2 into x cube plus e inverse of x cube. We know that when we operate e on any function f of x, x is replaced by x plus h. So if we operate e on x cube, x is replaced by x plus h. Similarly, if we operate e inverse on the function f of x, x is replaced by x minus h. So if we operate e inverse on x cube, then here x is replaced by x minus h. So it is equal to x plus h whole cube minus 2x cube plus x minus h whole cube. If we simplify this, it will give 6xh. Therefore, delta square by e of x cube is equal to 6xh. Now, problem number 5. Given y0 is equal to 1, y1 is equal to 11, y2 is equal to 21, y3 is equal to 28 and y4 is equal to 29, find delta power 4 of y0. Now consider delta power 4 of y0. We know that delta is e minus 1, so it can be written as e minus 1 whole power 4 of y0. Now expand e minus 1 whole power 4, then it is equal to e power 4 minus 4e cube plus 6e square minus 4e plus 1 of y0. E power 4 of y0 is y4 minus 4 times of e cube of y0 is y3 plus 6 times of e square of y0 is y2 minus 4 e of y0 is y1 plus 1 into y0 is y0. Now substitute the values of y4, y3, y2, y1 and y0 here. If we simplify this, it will give 0. Therefore, delta power 4 y0 is equal to 0. Now problem number 6. Evaluate delta square by e x cube e power x by delta square e power x, where interval difference is h. Now solution. We know that e f of x is equal to f of x plus h. Therefore, this e power x can be written as e power x plus h. That is, here just we have replaced x by x plus h because we are operating e on the function e power x. Now we have to find the value of delta e power x. So consider delta e power x. It is equal to delta of delta e power x. We know that delta e power x can be written as e power x plus h minus e power x, and it is equal to delta of, we know that e power x plus h can be written as e power x into e power h. So if we take e power x as a common factor, it will give e power x into e power h minus 1. We know that e power h minus 1 is a constant, so we can take outside the operator delta. So it is equal to e power h minus 1 into delta e power x. It is equal to e power h minus 1 into delta e power x can be written as e power x plus h minus e power x, and it is equal to e power h minus 1 into, here e power x plus h can be written as e power x into e power h. So if we take e power x as a common factor, we get e power x into e power h minus 1, which is equal to e power h minus 1 whole square into e power x. Therefore, delta square e power x is equal to e power h minus 1 whole square into e power x. Now consider the given function delta square by e of e power x into e power x by delta square e power x. It is equal to delta square by e can be written as delta square e inverse of e power x into e power x by delta square e power x. It is equal to delta square of, if we operate e inverse on e power x, it will give e power x minus h into e power x is e power x plus h, and delta square e power x is e power h minus 1 whole square into e power x. Now it is equal to, here observe that e power x minus h can be written as e power x into e power minus h. E power minus h is a constant, so take that one outside the delta square. So it is equal to e power minus h into delta square e power x into e power x plus h divided by e power h minus 1 whole square into e power x. So it is equal to e power minus h into delta square e power x is e power h minus 1 whole square into e power x, and e power x plus h can be written as e power x into e power h. Now write this denominator as it is. Here we can cancel e power h minus 1 whole square with e power h minus 1 whole square, and we can cancel this e power x with e power x. Also e power minus h into e power h gives 1. So we left with e power x. Therefore delta square by e power x into e power x by delta square e power x is equal to e power x. Now problem number 7. Give an estimate of the population in 1971 from the following table. Here we have a table of year versus population in lakhs. Years are 1941, 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981 and 1991, and the populations are 361, 391, 421, here it is unknown, 467 and 501 lakhs. Now solution. Here we have to find the population of 1971, which is unknown, so let us consider that one as A. If we consider 1941 as x0, 1951 as x1, 1961 as x2, 1971 as x3, 1981 as x4 and 1991 as x5, then its respective values, 363 can be written as y0, 391 can be written as y1, 421 can be written as y2, this unknown value can be written as y3, 467 can be written as y4, and this 501 can be written as y5. So let y0 is 363, y1 is 391, y2 is 421, y3 is a, y4 is 467 and y5 is 3501. Since here only we have 5 known values, let us consider delta power 5 of y0 is equal to 0. Here we have only 5 known values, that is population of 1941, 1951, 1961, 1981 and 1991. So since only 5 values are given, consider delta power 5 of y0 is equal to 0. We know that delta is e minus 1, so e minus 1 whole power 5 of y0 is 0. Now expand this e minus 1 whole power 5, then we get e power 5 minus 5 e power 4 plus 10 e cube minus 10 e square plus 5 e minus 1 of y0 is equal to 0. We know that e power 5 of y0 is y5, e power 4 of y0 is y4, e cube of y0 is y3, e square of y0 is y2, e of y0 is y1 and 1 into y0 is y0. So we can write this equation as y5 minus 5y4 plus 10y3 minus 10y2 plus 5y1 minus y0 is equal to 0. Now substitute the values of y5, y4, y3, y2, y1 and y0 here. If we simplify this, we will get A as 445.2. Since population is given in lakhs, A is equal to 445.2 lakhs. Hence, the estimated population in 1971 is 445.2 lakhs. Thank you.